Hey guys, welcome back to the Jellyverse channel. My name is Santiago. I'm super happy that you're here, and today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. You know guys, we have bull market, all the coins are pumping, but there's one coin you have to pay attention to. And this is the coin where you have the opportunity to learn something very interesting. And this project is called Uniswap. We all know Uniswap. Uniswap is the biggest decentralized exchange on Ethereum. It's fucking great. It's cool. You can do a lot of swaps there, and they have a lot of innovation because the team behind Uniswap is, of course, one of the strongest teams in the whole crypto industry. But guys, look at this chart. This is absolutely unbelievable. Uniswap pumped within an hour. This is the 4-hour chart. Let me just go to the 1-hour chart. From $7.20 to unbelievable, what are we here, $12.50. This is absolutely insane. This is 2 candles here in the hour chart. If we go to the 4-hour chart, it's just one single candle from the 7 up to the 12.50. And this is so interesting because if we have a look at the reason for this pump, it's actually a fundamental change inside of Uniswap. And this change is something that we in Jellyverse always want to put to the front line and always try to push out and explain to the people that Uniswap introduced real yield into their protocols. And this is really groundbreaking, because for a long time people thought that Uniswap might not do this because this could prove that the Uni token might be a security. Of course, if you have a crypto token from which you get direct yield from, you could think about the fact that the Howie token might be fitting better to the token, converting the token into a security. Today we know that this is not the case, especially not in Europe and not according to the MiCA license. So if people, for example, hold the Uni token or use this in staking and then profit from yield, that's not a problem. At least this is what I currently know from our legal advisors. So for JellySwap, it's going to work very similar. So I don't know if the Uni holders have to stake Uni or what they have to do to be eligible to receive those rewards. But on Jellyverse, you have the real yield redistribution to the Jelly stakers. And in Uniswap, this works on a very big scale. If we have a look at Uniswap, Uniswap has a fucking market cap of 8.4 billion. So that's really a lot of money. And they also have very high trading volume and fees. You can see here the volume is currently in last 24 hours 3.7 billion, and fees in the last year is also here 1 billion. So that's very huge. And Uniswap here definitely one of the most successful, or if not the most successful decentralized exchange ever. And from this we can only learn. So circling back with the announcement from the Uniswap Foundation to push for this proposal, the Uni holders had a clear perspective on the Uniswap token. So they knew, okay, all right, if I buy the token, I can earn protocol fees and I can exactly earn what has been generated here. Of course, you cannot generate or you cannot profit from all those fees because the LP token providers also need to get a chunk of those fees since they cover the risk. But the Uni holders are definitely the ones who fuel the whole ecosystem, who allow and finance that developers can participate. And this is definitely very important. So Uniswap, as far as I saw this here in this proposal or in this blog post on Medium, they proposed that there's going to be a 50-50 split. So in a realistic scenario where 50% of Uniswap is staked, or Uni tokens, sorry, and 50% of fee share, they could come to roundly 1% of real yield in the staking. And in a bull scenario where only 10% of Uni tokens are staked with a 50% fee share, this could be jumped to respectable 4.6%. And this is very huge. This is very interesting. And this gives you a very good impression on how real yield can work in crypto. And the learning out of this for you, if you are investing into new projects, if you're right now looking on the bull market, all the tokens are performing so well, then you always have to ask yourself, is there any substantial value behind the tokens, or is the current price movement completely driven by hype? It's nothing bad about catching a nice wave, having a nice ride, buying a token that is hugely hyped and then trying to sell it off at a higher price. I totally tried this myself. I think everyone in crypto tries this. But if you have a token you want to hold on the long run, you need to make sure that this token has a real substantial value behind. And on Jellyverse, this is going to happen exactly like Uniswap is now introducing with real yield. So this means that the stakers will get a portion of the real yield generated on the platform across the whole ecosystem, and the governance can always control and vote how much of those fees go to LP providers, how much of this fee goes to stakers, how much of those fees maybe go to incentives into other pools and services. On Jellyverse, this is going to work in a very similar way. So this means that the Jelly stakers will get protocol revenues not only from the DEX JellySwap, but also from all the other protocols in this ecosystem. And the governance can control which fees the Jelly staker should get and how much should they get. So this puts them into a interesting economical perspective where they have to keep the protocols attractive for users to use it, for liquidity providers to provide liquidity, and for people to interact with it. But they can also increase the fees to a specific point where users feel like, okay, I don't care, I'm willing to pay this fee. And this is super, super important. And for Jellyverse, the vision to push this even further, right? And to find an edge for JellySwap to be positioned and to create very, very big trading volume so that we have big real yield is, of course, the real-world assets. So as you know from our previous videos, if you have followed us, you know that on Jellyverse, we're going to introduce with our partners and also with J Assets, different real-world assets that people can trade that give you exposure to more traditional markets. This means that also during a bear market, you have interesting trading volumes. This means that you have very, very high diversified access to a broad range of different kind of crypto assets and assets related to traditional finance. And this way, JellySwap will have a total edge on the whole market compared to all the other decentralized exchanges, because currently there is no decentralized exchange out there where you can go and trade commodities or other real-world assets. And this will be very, very interesting to see how it plays out on JellySwap, how many fees can be generated, and this is potentially, a multi-billion-dollar market that can be grasped here. I mean, looking back at the numbers of Uniswap, of course, they are the absolute biggest ones, and it will be an extreme challenge to reach the volumes that Uniswap is reaching. But nevertheless, for crypto, we have a very, very, very huge upside, and we still have a very huge upside on the trading volumes when it comes to those real-world assets. This class of asset is very undetected yet. There's no big marketplaces around this, and of course, JellySwap aims to be the biggest, if not one of the biggest marketplaces for those assets. So with this, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update on what happened on the Uniswap side, give you a bit of learnings if you have a look on your altcoins. And if you want to decide, do I hold this altcoin for a very long time or only for a short amount of time until I'm riding this hype wave, then you always have to look on the fundament of the coin. So whether the coin has an intrinsic value, whether you can use the coin in some specific applications that are very, very interesting and bring a lot of use case, or if you have a direct revenue stream from the coin by staking the coin and doing anything else that is linked to real value, right? And not just inflationary rewards. So with this, I think I summarized it pretty well and short. I wish you a wonderful day. I would be super happy if you leave a like or subscribe here. And with this, see you in the next video. See you next time. Bye.